This is Eddie here with Fast Eddie's here in Broken Arrow. We're looking at a Duet washer. Has it's making a grinding noise. And we're going to go through here on how to, look at the pump and go ahead and do the clean out and see if we can check and see if there's just something in there or if the pump is bad itself. Um, all right, we're starting now. We're going to go ahead and if you look down here at the bottom, you'll have a screw here. And you go to the right there, you have another screw. Okay. I'm going to chuck up a bit here and we'll be back. Okay, we're back here. I went ahead and got the screws out. See there? This thing can be a little tight at first when you go to pull it off. I would recommend just grabbing something to pry with. Left my screwdriver at home, so anything will work. Just get right underneath that little tab there. Just pry back behind it. It all comes loose. Okay, go ahead. And right there's the pump. So now you gotta collect the water out of that bad boy. If you don't have any water collecting in the tub, and if you don't have any water at all collecting in the tub, you're still gonna have water coming out that guy. Some models have a drawer. This one particular just pulls off on the front. That panel. Then you get a bowl right up underneath that. You see the dimensions there, the depth. So now you take a bowl, stick it right up underneath there. And that thing is tight, guys. I've even had to take a pair of pliers. Don't grab down on this, but put your pliers here and here, and then use that to twist. Just leave it loose in there, but twist it. Use it for something to grab onto. Something for leverage. You can see that water coming out of there is so cloudy and it's got stuff in it. So we already know we got stuff in this thing. I'm just gonna let it drain out. It smells horrid. You see it's got stuff coming out of it. And everybody's got these things going on with their washer. So this isn't like somebody's got something nasty. This isn't nasty because of nasty people or anything. This is nasty because this is a device. This is the dirtiest point in this washer. So if you go, don't think nothing about it like that. But obviously we have a bunch of crud in this thing. I think what we're going to do here is we're going to clean it out, get all that stuff out of there, okay? I might even, we're just going to just get everything out of that. You might even check back here because you can see all there's coins still in the boot. See the coins in the boot right there? Yeah, so you have to get the coins out of the boot too. Squeeze them out. Get all that stuff out of there. I don't know if the pump itself is bad yet. What we'll do, I don't recommend removing that pump if at all possible. I don't like to remove them. If you can take like a finger or something and stick it in there and feel on that pump head. If you can rotate that thing around, like from side to side, like if you can push it side to side, it's definitely bad. If you can rotate it around, and it feels, I don't know, it's hard to explain. A normal pump will feel like it's loose and then catch, but a bad pump will be really loose and then and then catch. So it's hard to explain. Basically, if you can move it side to side, it's definitely bad. The other way, I would say use your best judgment. Um, but I think we're going to get into this guy, clean it up, and I'll be back. Okay, so we're gonna put this guy back together here, and I noticed that pump has got the shaft that moves around on it, so I do believe it's a bad pump. However, I'm not gonna be able to get the pump right away today, so I'm guessing I'm not gonna be able to get it today right away. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and put it back together. We're gonna call it good. We've diagnosed it. We've done the clean out. We know that it has a bad pump or a worn pump. She said that it was pumping out, it just was making a lot of noise, so she's still able to use the washer. We don't want to leave this in a state where she can't use the washer. So we're going to put it all back together. Go ahead and give it a good test run, and we'll order parts or whatever based on what the customer asks. So, but as for us, I think we're done. Just like I said, you see how to take it apart. You basically just go in reverse of how you took it apart. Um, this can be a little tricky to put these screws back in because you got to get it hung on this. Okay, that's why you had to pry up on it. You may not even be able to get it hung back on that. I would just try to get your drill gun in there or your screwdriver just in there as good as you can, and get it screwed back down. Don't forget to hang it back up on these points too, on either side. It kind of slides up in there, and then sits on the bottom. I'm trying to think of any more questions that anybody could ask here. I'm just gonna call it good. This is the grinding sound that we're talking about that it makes. You hear that? Duet Sport. Okay, we're back here. They want to go ahead and do the pump on it. So I got it back to the same place where we had it before. I'm gonna clean my lens here. There we go. That's better. So we're gonna clean that guy out. I'm not clean it out. We're gonna change out this guy. I was gonna show you how to just change this. If you get a Whirlpool model pump, okay, and it's got these little tabs on it like this, okay, I would just tell you just replace this, okay, and don't do the whole assembly. It makes it so much easier, okay. But I got a different brand pump, so it doesn't have these snaps. It has screws to screw it on. No, there's no real difference. I mean, pump still works good. Just a difference in how it's mounted. But a little snap tab on that guy. A little tab right there. You just push down. Pull that loose. Pull the little guy right there. Okay, and if you were changing this guy right here, I would tell you just grab a hold of this, okay, and twist like this, and the whole pump will just twist right off. It'll bust the tab, and that's if you're changing it. If you're replacing it, you could do this. But being how, it really doesn't matter in my case. Just twist it like that. I wouldn't do this if you're trying to reuse it, because it can break those little tabs, and they're hard to get to otherwise. And when you put it back together, I would do it in such a way, if you did the new one, you can get in there with a screwdriver, a little flathead, and pop those tabs, from up here. But whenever it's in the machine, it's kind of hard to get to it like that. So I just twist it and break it loose. But we're gonna look at this pump here. If you can move that thing, you see how I can move that side to side? See how it moves? See how much side to side movement I have? That's a bad pump. Okay. Now that's kind of gets to a point where it's tight here. Now turn it back, and you can feel it kind of grab and then move. Like I turn it back, like, okay, that's normal. That part's normal. But then there's a little spot here. Okay, let's try it one more time. Turn it all the way back, and there's a spot where it catches, and then gives before it stops. Like you started here, and then kind of gives, like you feel it catch, and then give until the point it grabs right there. Okay, that's where it's got um, the actual plastic, because it's got a metal shaft in there, and the actual plastic on the shaft it gives way, and it makes it where the actual impeller doesn't turn like it's supposed to. But this one's mostly just wore out in the bearing area, the seal bearing area, as you can see. So there's that guy. Now, this is what we got left. If you look, see right there. Okay, this little black rubber. Just pull up on that. It's kind of like a rubber snap. It may take a pair of pliers to get it all out. So you can see that now. There you go. Kind of like a rubber snap. And you may have to take a pair of pliers to shove it back down in there on the new one. But you pull that out, and this whole assembly moves to the right. Okay? And then pops up. See the little slides, a little snap. Okay. And then you take loose your hoses, or you can take your loose your hoses first. Okay? Just take them loose, slide them back. I need two hands to do that. Can't do video and do the pull them off at the same time. So, we'll be right back. Okay, now to line the hoses back up, you have little tabs, okay, which I'm trying to, and don't forget about making your hose fit back there on your little clamp, okay? But you got little tabs here, and a little notch here. If you can see that or not. But they line up here, right here, and right here. Okay, easy peasy. Get your hose clamps back on there, square. When you put them back on there, make sure they're good and square and they're all the way on the plastic. You want them to sit about right here in that spot. And on this one, it's kind of a little harder, but you want it about right there, okay? It's hard to get this one lined up sometimes, but make sure you do, because it will leak. Thank you. Well, we got her all back together here. We're going to fill her up. We're going to make her drain again. Just wait here for it to fill on up. Everything's back together. Looks good. Couple towels. We're just looking for the water to slosh, and then once that happens, we're going to stop it, put it to a drain. Hear that? Canceled out. Drain and spin. Sounds so much better. What do you guys think? Again, if you like it, thumbs up, and subscribe. Ask me questions if you have any. Alright, thank you.